SCP person, SCP exposed. I never seen one of his videos before, but he looked like he makes some pretty good SCP animation. So let's see what this is talking about, and let's see, bro. Let's just hop into it.
Adam Williams was a normal guy. He had a normal job at a normal office with a normal wage. Everything about his life was pretty much as normal as it can be. That is, until he came across SCP-101.
He did not just say ass. It's SCP, guy.
That is, until he came across SCP-101.
Sherman, another gifted.
Be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these creepy SCP Foundation stories.
Yo.
Adam Williams got a call from his boss late in the evening. "Hey, Adam," said his boss's voice over the phone. "I need you to head to Sri Lanka for me. There's a special bag I need you to collect." "A special bag?" Adam replied in confusion. "Yeah,
this is different.
Come on, think of it as a special holiday. Sri Lanka is great. I'll cover all the costs. Just pick it up for me, will ya?" Adam sighed. "All right. When do I leave?" "Tomorrow morning."
This is different.
The next morning, Adam boarded a private jet and set off on his journey to Sri Lanka. It annoyed him that his boss was making him fly all the way to Sri Lanka just to collect some special bag. But he wasn't going to complain about the private jet. That was pretty nice. When he arrived, he was booked into a 5-star hotel, which was by far one of the fanciest hotels Adam had ever stayed in. He wasn't going to complain about that part either. Adam's boss called him again that evening and told him where to collect the bag, sending the location and time. A limo pulled up to take Adam, and soon enough, he was on his way to the designated location. Adam couldn't understand what was so special about this bag that Adam had to fly over to Sri Lanka just to pick up. Couldn't his boss have shipped it or something?
Bro,
the limo pulled to
I'm
a
not
stop.
gonna lie, this kind of immersive. Hold up.
Adam stepped out. They were at a warehouse, somewhere rural, and a man
What
was
type of
standing
job you work
ominously
for?
to the side. There was a crate beside him labeled Fragile. Adam walked over to the man, nodding a quick hello, then peered into the crate. There was the bag. It was more of a satchel, not too big, but big enough to hold a decent amount of belongings inside. Its material was of a yellow-brown shade, and it was zipped.
He said yellow? You said yellow, bro? Yo.
Belongings inside. Its material was of a yellow-brown shade, and it was zipped shut. Adam reached down to pick up the bag, but suddenly the man stopped him. "No, use the crate," he said. Adam scoffed. "I think I'll manage," he said. Ignoring the man, Adam lifted the bag straight out of the crate and carried it into the limo. He asked the driver to head off. What Adam didn't notice was the look of pure terror left on the man's face. Maybe if Adam had seen that, he would have still been alive today. Adam called his boss as soon as he returned to the hotel. "I got the bag," said Adam over the phone. His boss sounded nervous. Good. You guard that bag with your life. Got it?" Adam sighed. "Yes, sir." Adam's flight was that night, and as soon as he returned to the hotel, he had a shower. He left the bag on the bed. Surprisingly, the bag was quite heavy, but he didn't open it out of respect. It would be impolite to search through another person's belongings. When Adam returned out of the shower, he thought he noticed something different.
Yeah, he kind of fit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You know?
The bag seemed to have moved and was now laying on its side. Adam also noticed that the bed only had one pillow.
Fanta said, "Cozy, you an English teacher now? Oh, relax, nigga." Like, Fanta, fuck out of here, bro.
Instead of 2. That was strange. For a hotel of this high rating, Adam would have expected better conditions.
You say his nips are 5 inches too low?
Since his flight was soon. And so Adam picked up the bag, grabbed his stuff, and headed out. Back in the limo he went, with his belongings and that special bag. The limo dropped him off at the airport, and within an hour, Adam was already sitting comfortably in the private jet. There was no one else on the plane, apart from the pilots, of course, and the bag. It sat next to him on the seat. There was something about the bag that sent shivers down Adam's spine, but he couldn't figure out why. The plane started to move, and then it set into takeoff. Adam glanced out the window as they flew higher and higher into the air, the city lights becoming smaller and smaller below them. The plane rattled silently as it broke through a cloud, and then they leveled out into a smooth flight. Things were fine. Soon, Adam would be home, and his boss would probably give him a bonus for the trouble of picking up this bag. And then, everything went terribly wrong. Adam went to the bathroom. He heard a noise behind him and saw that the bag had fallen onto the floor. Must have been the turbulence, thought Adam, and he closed the door behind him in the bathroom. He was about to zip down his pants when the plane gave a sudden lurch. Then, the pilot's voice sounded in the speakers.
This is a crash landing. I repeat, a crash landing. Please return to your seat and buckle up.
Adam couldn't believe this was happening. He burst out of the bathroom and ran straight to his seat. Through the windows, he could see that the engines were on fire. In the side of the plane, a giant hole had appeared, as if it had been eaten through. Beside the hole, the bag sat beside it. Adam did a quick scan of
So does the bag only move when you're not looking at it?
surroundings. They were crash landing. By the looks of the plane, they probably wouldn't survive. He tried to search for anything that could save him and spotted a parachute hanging in the storage compartment. While the plane rattled and shook, Adam grabbed the parachute, and without really thinking about it, he grabbed the bag too. He lifted the parachute onto his shoulders and jumped out of the giant hole in the plane. Suddenly, he was free falling. He didn't want to look up at the plane in case he started to spin in the air. Suddenly, he reached back and tried to pull at the strings of the parachute. Finally, the parachute opened up and his free fall
he
turned
kinda
into
clutch.
a slow
He kinda clutch.
glide. He was alive. He was going to make it. He couldn't believe it. Adam still held tightly onto the bag. His boss had better give him a promotion after all.
See, the thing is, Adam holding on to the bag like these. Like how you hold your shorty when you want to give her a nice little tight hug. Bro, I would have held it like this. Hanging down. Why would you?
The effort he put into getting this bag. He could have died. But then, suddenly, something inside the bag started to move. It looked like there was some sort of a creature or something inside it. Adam yelped with fear, and then the zipper at the top of the bag opened by itself. It opened up, revealing a
Drop
hole
it.
resembling
Just
a
drop it.
monster's mouth
Just
with
drop it.
razor-sharp
Just drop
teeth
it.
and
Just
a
drop
long
it.
tongue.
Literally
that
just
whipped
drop it.
out at him.
Literally just
Adam
drop it.
screamed, struggling.
Literally
midair,
just drop
and
it.
Suddenly, the bag attacked him and bit at his shoulder. He screamed even louder this time, and suddenly he was falling again, faster.
Just drop it.
A part of his brain recognized that his arm had been chewed off by the bag. He fell to the ground, and in the last few seconds of his life, Adam cursed his stupid boss for putting him in this situation. Then, Adam died as he met the ground. SCP-101 was found a few days later. Adam's boss was able to locate the plane crash and thus find SCP-101. Adam's body was also found at the same time, already long dead. SCP-101 is now contained in the sub-basement 02 of Site-19, inside of a standard fireproof document lockbox within a reinforced concrete room of standard facility size. It has been concluded that the plane's crash was as a result of SCP-101 chewing into the wires and machinery of the plane, causing a malfunction that resulted in loss of control. SCP-101 is not externally mobile. However, internal movement can result in movement on the exterior surface. Further experimentation found that
Leon with the 3
SCP-101 was
months.
able to
What's
intake a
up, boy?
range of
Appreciate
matter,
that.
including, but not limited to, paper product, sewage, cafeteria refuse, metals, polymers, oils, and other products which are not consumable by any known biological entity. Scientists have agreed that SCP-101 is ideal for the disposal of hazardous wastes and byproducts of other SCP-related projects. Some scientists object to this method, despite the confirmation for the continuation of this project. As of record, SCP-101 has caused injuries to 10 individuals and taken the life of 3 innocent people, including Adam Williams. The other 2 casualties have been investigated. Sarah Johnson, a past teacher from 10 years ago, is suspected to be one of the 3 victims. Witnesses report last seeing her carrying a yellow bag and heading home. When she missed out on a whole week of work, authorities headed to her home and found she was missing. They have concluded she is most likely deceased, although the causes are unknown. The yellow bag people reported to have seen her carrying was not found at her house, nor in the vicinity. Amy, a young girl, is another suspected victim of SCP-101. She was reported missing at a mall by her parents, but she was never...
I wonder what, like, oh yeah, congratulations to all my college students for completing the first semester. I know a lot of y'all not in college, a lot of y'all in high school or middle school, so. But what would bequeath a person to just yellow bag, grab it, head home? No, bro. If it's not yours, don't touch it.
Found again. Her parents claim the last they saw her was in the baggage area of the mall, where multiple bags were displayed on sale. In old photos of this crime scene, SCP-101 can be identified sitting on a shelf in the background. Investigators have concluded that Amy was most likely consumed by SCP-101, although this is not known to the public, of course. Officially, both Amy and Sarah Johnson are still missing, most likely deceased, of unknown causes. SCP-101 is a definite danger to society. Its origins are unknown. Its age is unknown.
Euclid.
However, fibers from apparel that have been dated back to the 15th century have been found on SCP-101's exterior. Therefore, it appears SCP-101 may be over 600 years old. Researchers suspect SCP-101 may be able to alter the appearance of its exterior to suit its time period, as a yellow rucksack would be an unsuitable cover in, for example, the 1800s. However, the information collected on SCP-101 is still extremely unfinished due to a lack of data on SCP-101.
Bro, you gotta say what object class it is. I don't think he did he? If he did, then that's my bad. He said SCP instead of SCP. SCP animated channels, another one.